the battle of between the God and the Satan and such kind of things. So, and there are
Okay.
goddesses also there, which with whom with the invocation of whom the Milton starts the poems. So the gods have a role in the epic.
How many epics you have read, Miss Alina?
I have read Paradise Lost by John Milton and
Okay. Mhm.
the mock epic
Okay.
Rape of the Lock by.
Okay, when we say epic, so what do you know about the etymology of this word, epic? So from which language this word has been taken, the epic word?
Sorry.
Okay, no worries. So you have mentioned the Rape of the Lock. It
Yes,
was
sir.
written by Alexander Pope.
Yes, sir.
So what do you know about Alexander Pope? Who
Alexander
was
Pope, he was actually an English poet, a critic, and he has he belonged to the neoclassical age, which was believed to be the age of reason.
Okay, what if I say he was not from the age of reason, he was from the age of enlightenment? Is there any difference between these two ages, the age of reason
No,
and the age of enlightenment?
no, sir. They both have the same names. Are both the names are for the same age.
So how many works of Alexander Pope you have read so far, Miss Alina?
I have read Rape of the Lock.
Okay, haven't you read the Dunciad, the essay, an essay on criticism, or any other work?
No, sir.
Okay, you have mentioned the Rape of the Lock. So how
Yes,
many
sir.
cantos are there in the Rape of the Lock?
It's probably 5 cantos are there. I'm not sure.
Okay, all right. So, and when Alexander Pope wrote this poem and when it was published?
It was in 1712.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay. Okay. So, all right, you have mentioned the MOCC epic. Coming to the very basic question, why MOCC epic? And what is the difference between the real epic and the MOCC epic?
Actually, the first difference which lies between them is that of the theme. That the real epic deals with the grand theme, but in the mock epic, it deals with the trivial matter. Like as we see in the Rape of the Lock, so the incident behind it, it is not a very grand incident. It was just the quarrel between two families, and the very name of the epic also when we say Rape of the Lock, so it means first thing which comes in our mind is the theme which we discuss. It would be very good, but when we say poem, there is nothing grand here.
Is the Rape of the Lock a true story, Alina?
Yes, sir. It is based on the real story which was related to the friend of the Pope.
Okay, so it is said
Yes,
that the Pope wrote this poem just to reconcile the families.
yes, sir.
So what do you know about the names of the families? So have you read that story?
Yes, sir. There is an Arabella Farmer who was the character, real character,
All right.
and
Okay, so you have read the text of the Rape of the Lock?
yes, sir. I did.
So any famous line, any single line quotation that you remember from the Rape of the Lock?
It was. Sir, all right now.
Okay, no worries. Can you complete the line? Beauties in vain, their pretty eyes may roll. Charms that right the sight. but married fiends
Sorry.
are solved. Okay, no worries, just leave it. So you, in your introduction, you were mentioning you are interested in Pakistani literature. So what is the name of the recent book that you have
Yes,
completed from this genre?
it is Fundamentalist by Mohsin Hamid.
What is the exact name? It's not the title of the book, Fundamentalist. Do you really think that it is the title by Mohsin Hamid, Fundamentalist?
The re-
Mm-hmm.
the Reluctant Fundamentalist is the name
Yes, it
of
is
the
the
novel.
title. Yes, it is. Thank you so much, Ms. Alina, for mentioning the exact title. So when we say, when we talk about reluctant fundamentalists, the very term that comes in our mind is metafictional novel. So what do you understand by metafictional novel? What metafictional novel is?
Metafiction.
Yes, what is metafictional novel?
Mention a
Mm,
novel is actually which talk about the novel itself, the elements which
mm,
are discussed in the writer. It refers back to that. Uh,
okay. Metafictional basically is a form of fiction which is emphasizing on the constructedness, on the behavior in which it is constructed. Okay, the Mohsin Hamid's novel is a very example of a metafiction novel. Maybe you're going to explore the technique that is basically a narrative technique in which the work self-consciously calls attention to itself. So no worries. So you're from
yes,
Lahore, and the reluctant fundamentalist story is based in Lahore. So where Changiz is sitting while he is
yes, sir.
narrating the story.
He was sitting in old Anarkali in a cafe along with the American citizen.
What is the name of the cafe, and it is still there?
The
It is a very
name
famous
is
one, by the
isn't
way.
mentioned.
So you know about the
I don't
Park Tea
recall
House?
the
Okay, the
party.
Park Tea House is there basically. Park Tea House. Have you watched
Yes,
the
sir.
cinematic version? Cinematic version,
Yes, sir,
the
I
film
have.
that was made on this. Okay,
Yes, sir, I have.
okay. Alina, talking about Mohsin Hamid's
It was
reluctant
by the.
fundamentalists, do you think that we all Pakistani are the reluctant fundamentalists like Changiz we are?
Yes, sir. Basically, this is actually the thing which appeals me about this novel, that it is very similar to of the people of Pakistan, like those agents who go there, and the way Changiz felt disillusioned after going there. So it is similar to many people of the country.
Okay, Miss
Prejudice
Alina,
we
moving
in
to
the.
the other. Okay, all right. Have you read Moth Smoke by Mohsin Hamid?
Yes, sir, I haven't read it. I have seen the cinematic version.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what is the theme of the Moth Smoke?
Actually, there are many themes of the most smoke, like the of unemployment in Pakistan and
Mhm.
the quest for a person to go for those things which are out of the reach.
Okay, okay, that's very good. So, because you're interested in the Pakistani writers, have you read Bapsi Sidhwa?
Yes.
Have you read The Cruel Eater by Bapsi Sidhwa, Miss Alina?
No, sir, I have read Ice Candy Man by her.
Ice Candyman. Okay, so Bapsi Sidhwa, she was not Muslim. So,
Yes,
what is the religion of
she belonged to the Parsi religion.
Bapsi Sidhwa is alive or she died?
She is alive.
Yes, that's true. So Ice Candy Man, but before that, what do you know about her qualifications and Babsi Sidhwa's awards and all the things? Like, what is the reason? Like, because you have read the Ice Candy Man, maybe you know the details about
Yes,
Babsi Sidhwa because the settings of the Ice Candy Man, that is the Lahore, okay, and it is about the partition of
yes,
India. Okay. So, just leave the
yes, sir.
questions about Babsi Sidhwa, but Ice Candy Man, what is the significance of the title?
Actually, it was the main character, one of the main characters of the novel, because
Mm-hmm.
the which arose because of that ice candy man, because he was the person who brought the ayah of the Lenny. So afterwards, when uh, they take the ayah from there, so Lenny throughout the novel, after that the Lenny is in search of the ayah. So that's why the
Okay,
the novel is named after that particular character.
all right. That's very good. Okay, what do you know about the teaching methods? How many teaching methods are there, and what is your
Sorry,
favorite?
teach. So there is that
Mm-hmm.
there are grammar translation method of teaching, and
Okay.
which falls in the traditional method of the teaching, and
What is the difference between GTM and grammar translation method?
the what is the other name you call, sir?
What is the difference between GTM and grammar translation method?
It's the same name, the grammar translation method.
Okay, do you know like the grammar, what are the 5 plus points of the grammar translation method?
Actually, the grammar translation method is good for is considered good for those who are the second language learners, and after reading through the grammar translation method, the person gets aware of the the grammars of the second language, and
So, Alina, you're supposed to mention just 5 fascinating features of grammar translation method. Why we should use grammar translation method in our classes. So, how it is
so
better than direct method, or should we go for the direct method? What is the most fascinating method for the teacher? Method of the teacher.
so nowadays it is considered that the direct method is the modern method, and it is also considered a good method. So I also prefer that method, because it helps the student to learn the uh, early as compared to the grammar translation.
Okay, all right. So, okay, grammar translation you feel is better than direct method. Is it so?
Sorry, the direct method direct method is better, I think,
Okay, all
because
right.
the grammar translation
Mhm.
method doesn't help a lot the learner to in the spoken version of the language. So because the student gets stuck only in the grammar rules and restrictions, so the learning process is not very fast as compared to the direct method.
Okay, last question, Alina, and then we are going to sum up the discussion. What is the difference between objective and subjective case of a noun?
Often now,
Yes. What is objective case?
the subjective case refers to the subject of the sentence, like I, and
Mm-hmm.
the objective method refers to the receiver action of the sentence, like me,
Mm-hmm.
when we use it.
Okay. पाकिस्तान 1973 से तरक्की कर रहा है. Can you translate this line into English?
Pakistan 1900 की कर रहा है, is making progress since 1970.
73. Okay, that's great. The last three questions. Who is the governor of Punjab?
Sorry.
Okay, no worries. Talking about, who is the chairman of the Senate of Punjab? Chairman of Senate, sorry, not of Punjab. Chairman of Senate. What is the name of the chairman of Senate?
Chairman.
Okay, no worries. Okay, last question, and then we are going to some of the discussion with Selena. Why do you think that we should hire you, we should select you as a lecturer?
Actually, I am interested in this profession. I have a great passion becoming a teacher, and especially my imparting my knowledge onto others through using native teaching methods. So I think with this passion, I can make a change in this field.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Ms. Alina, for giving us your precious time. Now we are done with the formal discussion. काफी प्रेशर में रहे आप और काफी परेशान रहे आप. So आप अभी जरा लाइट हो जाएं, कुछ नहीं हुआ और कुछ नहीं होगा. So talking about the things, क्या हम पहले इस पे बात कर लें कि क्या इम्प्रूव करना है या क्या अच्छा रहा उस पे बात कर लें?
Improvements first of all.
अच्छा, चले हम जो है वो इम्प्रूवमेंट के सेक्शन में हमें लकीली कुछ ज़्यादा काम करना है, क्योंकि हमें हमारे सामने इश्यूज आ गए कि किन किन पे हमें काम करना होगा. पहले तो आप ये देख लीजिएगा कि जिस डोमेन को आपने लिया है, दैट इज अबाउट द पाकिस्तानी लिटरेचर. सो यू नीड टू रिमेन वेरी कॉन्शियस अबाउट द मोहसिन हामिद वर्क. आपको MOCC का भी पता होना चाहिए. आपको मोहसिन फंडामेंटलिस्ट भी आपने देखा होगा. आपको मोहसिन हामिद के मुतालिक बाकी डिटेल्स का भी एक्सप्लोर करेगा कि वो ब्रिटिश पाकिस्तानी हैं, वो इसके अलावा कंसल्टेंट भी.
यस सर.
उसने हाउ टू गेट फिल्थी इन राइजिंग द लास्ट व्हाइट मैन भी लिखा. इनकी समरीज भी देख लीजिएगा, ठीक है. इसके अलावा देख भी लीजिएगा कि वो लंदन में जब रहता है तो वहां पे क्या करता है, ठीक है. MOCC के पीछे क्या स्टोरीज रही थी. और इसी को लेके जब आप बख्शी सिद्धवा की बात कर रहे हैं, बेसिकली जिस एरिया के आपने टच किया है ये काफी रिसेंट है और काफी लेटेस्ट है. जिसे हम साउथ एशियन लिटरेचर भी कहते हैं. सो बख्शी सिद्धवा की जो है वो क्रैकिंग इंडिया है, द पोएट, अमेरिकन बेल्ट है, द ब्राइड है, ये चीजें जो हैं, ये बुक्स हैं. इनकी समरीज जो हैं वो ढंग से देख लीजिएगा. आपके नेम से ही कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं वो अरोज हो जाते हैं. लाइक वी वर टॉकिंग अबाउट द हेलन. तो मैंने टाइम एंड अगेन रिकमेंड की थी एक मूवी. आई एम श्योर मुझे आपके क्वेश्चन से अंदाजा हुआ कि शायद आप वो नहीं देख सके. आप उसे भी देख लीजिएगा. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द वॉर ऑफ ट्रोजन. इट इज गोइंग टू हेल्प बहुत. आपने देखा है इसे?
Sir, actually, I have watched this movie. It was when I was doing my masters. At that time, this movie or many things, and there is
तो आपने उसी
my name that there are a lot of meanings of my name. Every website there is a different name. Somewhere it is written that its meaning is delicate. Somewhere written that very good looking. Like there are different names, so I feel very confused how to choose the exact which should be. So I think I should move
in
the
actual
now.
Okay, in actual you need to talk about the meaning of the name that you remember and you have strong references for that. Okay, सिर्फ आपको उसी नेम के मुतालिक जो है वो बात करनी है. Okay, अब यहाँ से हम मूव ऑन करते हैं. इम्प्रूवमेंट हमारे पास कुछ ज़्यादा रहेंगी. इसमें हमें अगला जो पॉइंट है जिस पे मैं बात करना चाह रहा हूँ वो ये है कि आपको काफ़ी ज़्यादा अंडर प्रेशर आ जाते हैं. when we were talking about the rape of the lock, you are not able to answer some of the questions. दो हम आपकी सब मेमोरी को भी टेस्ट नहीं कर रहे होते हैं, बट फिर भी आपको जो है वो बेसिक्स का पता होना चाहिए. एंड इफ यू हैव read the poem by Tax, because the rape of the lock is approximately added in the syllabus of all the universities, so try to memorize one or two quotations. It is going to help you a lot. और दूसरा जो है वो अलेक्जेंडर पोप जो है वो
Sir,
बहुत
actually,
ज्यादा
the problem, I didn't revise, things which were my syllabus. Nowadays, I was just working on the Pakistani literature, so that's
Okay, no worries, no worries. That's perfectly fine, but maybe in future you need to work more and more on all these things. So इनके ऊपर
yes,
आपको
sir.
वर्कआउट करने की काफी
Yes, sir.
जरूरत रहेगी, ठीक है? और इसके अलावा
Yes,
जो
sir.
है टॉकिंग अबाउट द नेक्स्ट थिंग जो है वो कुछ बेसिक्स को देख लीजिएगा। चेयरमैन सेनेट कौन है, पंजाब के इस वक्त जो है वो गवर्नर कौन है, वजीर आला कौन है, पंजाब के जो है वो अभी अंदर जो नई डिवीजन बनी है वो कौन सी है, केपीपी के गवर्नर कौन से हैं, सिंध के कौन से हैं, अभी जो है वो सिंध के रिसेंटली जो नए डिप्यूट किए गए हैं उनका नाम क्या है। तो ये डिटेल्स जो हैं वो आपके फिंगर टिप्स पे होने चाहिए। दीज आर गोइंग टू हेल्प यू आउट।
Current affairs.
हाँ या इनको जो है वो यू आर सपोज टू वॉच देम, यू आर सपोज टू लर्न देम, और ये आपको काफ़ी जो है
Okay,
वो
sir.
हेल्प आउट करना पड़ेगा। अच्छा, ये कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं शायद। काइंडली नेम आउट द सिनेमैटिक, ये रिलेक्टेंट फंडामेंटलिस्ट ही है जी इसका, ठीक है जी जी। सादिक संजरानी हैं, सोबिया ने आपके क्वेश्चन काफ़ी हद तक आंसर किया। हम जो हैं वो इस इंटरव्यू की बेस पे शायद अभी फाइनलिस्ट के लिए क्वालिफाई हैं, हमें शायद दोबारा मेहनत करके एक दफ़ा फिर से जो है वो इंटरव्यू में से गुजरना पड़े, ठीक है? और इसमें हम कोशिश करेंगे कि आपने इंटरव्यू को
Okay,
अपनी
sir.
डोमेन में आना है, अपनी हॉबीज़ में से, और वहीं से आपने अपने क्वेश्चंस को जो है वो डिज़ाइन
Sure.
करना है। अभी डिसअपॉइंट होने वाली बात नहीं है कोई भी। आप अच्छा जो है वो माशाल्लाह से आपने इंटरव्यू दिया,
Yes, sir.
डेफिनेटली 25-30 लोगों के सामने बात करना और उन सबको फेस करना, दैट्स अ बिग डील। तो आपने फिर भी अच्छा जो है वो तैयारी की, बट डेफिनेटली हम आपको रॉन्ग होप्स नहीं दे सकते कि आप इसी तैयारी की बेस पे फाइनल इंटरव्यू में चला जाएं एंड एवरीथिंग इज फाइन। डेफिनेटली अब अभी आपको काम करना है और आप ज़रूर कीजिएगा,
Yes,
ठीक है?
sir.
चलिए, थैंक यू सो मच।
Yes, sir.
और मिस अलीना, आप चाहें तो अपना माइक बंद कर सकते हैं। मैं डेलिबरेटली अभी इसका स्कोर आपको नहीं दे रहा
No,
हूँ,
sir.
ठीक है?
What about
या
sir? There
स्कोर
was
की
another thing that which were good. We haven't discussed.
The good thing is there was not even a single good thing. There were a lot many good things. The thing is कि आप जो है वो कंटिन्यूसली आंसर कर रहे थे। आपका जो रीडिंग्स है वो काफ़ी है। आपने बख्शी सिद्वा को पढ़ रखा है, मोहसिन हामिद को पढ़ रखा है। आपको ग्रीक जो है वो माइथोलॉजी का पता है। आपने लिटरेचर को किया हुआ है, समझने की कोशिश की हुई है। तो एक डीप अंडरस्टैंडिंग हमें नज़र आती है। आप जीटीएम को जानते हैं, डायरेक्ट मेथड को जानते हैं। सो आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग काफ़ी हद तक जो है वो बेहतर है। ये इंटरव्यू हमें फेल नहीं करेगा, हम 60 मार्क्स उससे आसानी से ले सकेंगे, बट फिर भी जो है वो हम 60 से ऊपर नहीं जा सकते किसी भी केस में इस इंटरव्यू के साथ जो है वो, ठीक है? और हमें अपनी सिलेक्शन
Yes,
के
sir.
लिए 70+ पे जाना होता है, ठीक है? सो दीज वर द
Yes,
गुड
sir.
थिंग्स कि आपने जो है वो बड़े अच्छे से इन चीज़ों को टैकल किया।
Okay.
तो इज देयर एनी अदर क्वेश्चन मिस अलीना?
No, sir. Right now there is no.
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच मिस अलीना। विशिंग यू गुड लक, और मुझे उम्मीद
Thank you
है
so
कि आप
much,
अपने
sir.
नेक्स्ट सेशन में
Thank.
जो है वो बड़ी अच्छे से मेहनत करें। अच्छा जी, आगे चलते हैं।
Yes, sir.
टॉकिंग अबाउट द सेकंड इंटरव्यू, थैंक यू सो मच मिस अलीना। वी हैव मिस्टर इशफाक अहमद विद अस। मिस्टर इशफाक, यू आर रिक्वेस्टेड टू अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ।
हेलो सर, अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम। इशफाक, कैसे हैं आप? ठीक ठाक हैं?
जी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह।
इशफाक, कैसे कैसे लोगों को सिंध में आप लगा रहे हैं यार? आपने गवर्नर किसको बना दिया हुआ है? कितना खतरनाक बंदा है वो, तो पिक्चर्स में बड़ा खतरनाक लग रहा है।
बिल्कुल सर, उसको गब्बर से तशबीह दी जा रही है।
ओके जी, तो बड़े खतरनाक लोग हैं जी। इशफाक जो हैं वो सिंध पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन से हैं, और आई एम श्योर कि इशफाक की इंटरव्यू से भी हम बहुत सी चीज़ें सीखने की कोशिश करेंगे। सो इशफाक, शुड वी प्रोसीड फर्दर टुवर्ड्स द फॉर्मल डिस्कशन?
यस सर, श्योर।
ओके, Ishfaq, would you say so, please?
Yes, my name is Rahman from District Tehsil Kipro. I hold master's degree in English literature that I completed in 2015 from University of Sindh Jamshoro, and there I stood third in my batch. So I had chosen English department over others with the sole reason to become a teacher. because that was the subject I was always, I felt home in that subject. So after the completion of my degree, I tried to appear in various states, and the same is a common practice that I did. So I appeared in various states that included certain teaching tests and certain combined competitive exams and some of other tests. So I could not qualify any teaching test, whereas I could qualify 3 combined competitive exams, but unfortunately remain unallocated. But in that process, I was selected as monitoring and evaluation assistant in 2016. So since 2016, I've been working as monitoring and evaluation assistant in education and literacy department. And as far as my teaching passion is concerned, in order to satisfy my thirst for teaching, I established 2 academies in my town, where I prepare students for various tests. And Alhamdulillah, till now, 80 plus students have qualified in various departments, and out of them, 60 students have recently been appointed as PhDs and JESTs. So that is as far as my routine is concerned.
Thank you so much, Ishfaq. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's very good. Your profile is really interesting. Ishfaq, I would like to take a start from your university. You have mentioned the University of Sindh and the Department of English. So you've been there as a regular student in the University of Sindh?
Yes, sir. I have been a regular student.
Okay, when the Department of English was established there?
Sir, English department was established in 1953. And soon after the establishment of University of Sindh, that was established in 1947, the year when Pakistan was established.
Okay, Ishfaq, that's very good. So, Ishfaq, talking about Sindh, what is the main problem of Sindh? What do you feel? Because talking about the Sindh, whenever we browse the details of the Sindh, a lot many things are like the corruption is there. Why do you feel Sindh is unable to cope the latest parameters of the developed provinces?
So there are multiple reasons that we can share here. There are certain reasons from management side. There are certain reasons from the side of government. And as we know, Sindh is a province that is an agricultural province. And since we can see from the current flood that Sindh has been, we can say.
So how many total districts are there, Ishfaq?
Sir, there are 30 districts in Sindh.
Okay, 30 districts. So can you name out any 7 districts of Sindh?
Yes, sir, I can name. Sangar, my own district, Nawab Shah, Mirpur Khas, Umarkot, Hyderabad, and Nowshera Feroz, Jacobabad, Jamshoro, and there are not many.
Fair enough. So, okay. Sangar is located somewhere in the center of the Sindh, and it is bounded to the east by India. So, on Indian side, what you have? What is the name of the city on Indian side?
So, there is a state that is known as Rajasthan. Rajasthan state is there.
Okay, Rajasthan is there. Very good. Ishfaq, so talking about your favorite personalities in English literature.
So favorite personality, as my favorite writer is Ernest Hemingway. So I studied his novel. Yes, sir.
When we say Ernest Hemingway is from the lost generation, what do you mean by lost generation?
So lost generation, basically, that was a group of volunteers who went on war. So they thought that war is something to enjoy, to get some pleasure from there. But when they went there, they saw that war was something that has devastating effect, and there were certain, we can say, young people, they went on war. They saw their brothers being killed, or father was seeing their son was being killed, and son was seeing their father was being killed. But when they survived that war, they came in society. They were some sort of, we can say, misfit in society. They were so dissatisfied, and so disillusioned.
So what do you know? What do you know about the theory of omission?
Theory of omission. Sorry, sir, I have not heard about it.
Okay. Is it fine? Okay. I'm talking about that the other name of this theory is the iceberg theory.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I got the question, sir. Iceberg theory is theory that is associated with the style of Hemingway. As we can, make an analogy here, that iceberg is a huge part of, we can say, ice. 90% of it is underwater, but 10% is on the surface. So Hemingway, the style was so compact, but the meaning that was underlying, that was, we can say, of that highest level or stature. So his style is associated, and that is being dubbed as iceberg theory.
Whenever we have any new theory, it has a background. So can you mention the background of this theory? Because this theory is very famous and it has impressed a lot many writers after that. So what is the background of this theory? Why Ernest Hemingway gave this theory? What was the need of this theory?
Sir, as far as I know, he was a journalist, and from journalism, he learned the style of writing, and he had to write certain, yes. So from that, he learned that theory and
That's very
adapted
good.
in his novels. Yes.
That's very good. So he won Nobel Prize in 1954. Nobel Prize
Yes,
for
sir.
what?
He won that for writing Old Men in the Sea, very famous novella.
Okay. Yeah, novella. You have mentioned novella. So what do you mean by novella?